Hi, Jennifer here with City Farmhouse Antiques, and I'm here to show you how to identify antique glass based on some different characteristics and different colors and different shapes. So let's get started looking at some of these beautiful pieces. These are all up on the website at www.cityfarmhouseantiques.com. And if you see something that you like, message us in the chat box or message us on the website if you don't see it up on the site. And we can help you with that and get it to you. So with that, this beautiful piece, this is an antique butter dish. And it's carnival glass. And I know that because of its brilliant iridescent colors and the fact that it's got mold marks. So here you can see the mold marks that we talked about in the last video. And this is in the beautiful peacock at the fountain pattern. Isn't that beautiful? There you can see the fountains. And so when you take the top off of this piece of the butter dish, you can also see that it's marked with an N for Northwood. There you can see that there. Beautiful iridescence on this piece. That's not a scratch. That's a piece of hair. Well, it is a, you know what? That's a straw mark. That's a perfect example of a straw mark right there. See that? Which you're going to see in some of these old pieces. And that would be normal, not considered damage. So, however, this piece does look like it has a little bit, there you can see the mold marks, a little bit from the mold or when it was made. This little top handle doesn't seem completely straight depending upon which angle you look at it. Beautiful piece though, gorgeous iridescence. And I love the pattern. So you can tell that this piece is not hand blown because it doesn't have a pontil on the bottom. And to compare, here's a piece of Murano glass. So see, this we know is hand blown, which gives us a hint it's Murano because of the pontil on the bottom. You see that little round area? That's where the molten ball of glass actually came off the punt or the stick before it was formed. And this we know, so that tells us it's hand blown, and Murano glass is hand blown. And we know this is a very heavy, very thick piece of glass done in the summer sew technique. And what that means is that you've got these different colors running through. So depending upon the type of metal that they added to the glass gives the glass the different colors. This is another gorgeous example of a hand-blown piece of glass in Murano. And this piece here is crystal, and this is what we would call cut to clear. So when they do a piece like this, it is done in multiple layers of glass with different colors. So you can see as they cut through in this pattern, the blue, cobalt blue glass, you can see the clear crystal below, which gives us this gorgeous, gorgeous pattern. Beautiful vase. And as you turn it, you can see the double-sided design, and then it's got the beautiful design on the bottom. This one's probably, I think this is about 14 inches tall. Very, very heavy piece. Of course, the heavier it is, the heavier the lead content, the more the lead content. And of course, the clearer the crystal, the more the lead content and the better made. These are little pieces of what we would call opaline colored glass, and you can see how they've got some opalescence to them. And opaline can be in like this beautiful shimmery off-white, and this is in the shape of what we would call a melon-shaped perfume bottle by Fenton. But this is also opaline, and this is in a beautiful blue opaline. And this is a really, I love this piece, really, really cute trinket dish of a hunting dog. And there you can see the rifle, you can see the hunter's bag with a bird dog or a hunting dog that rests on top. Cute piece. So that's opaline glass and what opaline glass looks like. And then this is a piece, real easy to tell, piece of cranberry glass. And this is in the diamond quilt pattern. This is a piece of milk glass. Because it looks like milk, in the olden days, everybody wanted to emulate very high-end china or porcelain. And so they created milk glass to do that. And so you can see this has a pattern, a great pattern here. And you can find milk glass in all kinds of places. And it is typically molded. This looks like a little vase or a little rose bowl. And this is something different. This is actually jadeite. Jadeite in color is what they call this. And this is a vase, but you can see how it's the color of jade. So that's how you would describe this vase, would be jadeite. And here you can see the mold marks on this, so you know it's not hand blown. And then these are really cool. Let me take a couple of these down to show you. These are antique, probably from the late 1800s, and these are antique glass shades. And these I know I don't have up on the website yet, but these are opalescent, so you can see how they're not clear. They've got kind of that translucent type of appearance, and they've even got a little bit of pink around the rim. But this is a lampshade, and whenever you see this little pattern here, this is what we call hobnail. So this is a hobnail opalescent shade, probably from the late 1800s. Pretty cool. I've got two of them. But that's how you would describe that piece and how you would identify it. And you could really put those on any type of lamp. They just slide down over. And then this would be a piece of pressed glass or pattern glass, early American pattern glass, I should say. And you can see how these are also from the late 1800s. This is a holly and berry pattern. But you can see the mold marks on these because they were a pattern glass and they were pressed. So these were the cheaper end of the spectrum as far as glass that was made back in the day. And it would have come, it has its whole set. And so this is the creamer, and then it has a sugar and all of the pieces that go with the set. So that kind of gives you an idea. I'll show you this one last piece. This is a mid-century piece. And this is, you can kind of tell it's that mid-century modern type of look. It has an applied handle. So this handle was actually made separately and then put on here in the amberina. This is what we call the amberina color. And this is cased glass. So you can actually see how it's been cased in another coat of glass. And this actually has a little repair here that you can see, just to give you an idea when you know what to look for. So this would be considered like a mid-century modern, so like 60s, 70s, and like an ewer is what we would call this. It's kind of like a squatty little decanter type of shape. And you can tell, again, this piece is hand blown. There's the pontil, and it's polished, so it's not rough. That's considered a polished pontil. So these give you some ideas more on identifying antique and vintage glass. So be sure and check out all of our pieces on the website.